Those of you that were here during the previous stream would have seen on launch night, they came within 20 people of cracking 6 digits on concurrent. They had like 99,980. And then a few hours passed. Europe apparently woke up, and holy crap, can Europe goon? It went from 99,000 to 183,830 people concurrently playing Stellar Blade on PC on the second day, on a Thursday. That is insane for a game that's been out for over a year on PlayStation. To have this many people on launch in the middle of the week, it speaks volumes for the style of game that gamers have been begging for. But you know who is not begging for this? The journos that don't play video games. Now, over on Metacritic, we already have a generally favorable review score from the critics of 81. Is it the best game ever? No, but it's definitely up there, especially the PC port. Now, this is for the PS5, but when you go to the PC reviews, there's a specific company that has a pretty piss poor one. And that one is PCGamesN. And I did a little bit of a background check on the other games that they've covered recently. And PCGamesN looks like they review a game every day almost, at least recently. The Alters got a 50. Tom Clancy's from Rainbow Six Siege X got an 80. Stellar Blade got a 60. And yes, so far, this is the lowest professional review outlet score. And it comes to us from this guy, Reid McCarter, freelance writer, mostly games, formerly the AV Club, bylines at plenty of other places. Also, bulletpointsmonthly.com, digitallovechild.com. What's that last thing there? Oh, guys, I think I found the reason why he doesn't like Eve. I think we know. I don't think anything more needs to be said. But sure, let's hear him out. Why is Stellar Blade a 60? Stellar Blade PC review. A slick but hollow action RPG. Stellar Blade boasts stylish combat that never grows dull. But it's flat characters. Oh, you're going to call Eve flat? Come on now. Come on. And bland plot. Again, I have not beaten this game, but from what I have played of it, the plot was amazing. It was very engaging and interesting. And I wanted to know what happened next. Failed to match the action's high energy. So this guy thinks the characters are bland and flat, which no, but whatever. I can't even read through this with a straight face. Stellar Blade often looks great, and it features solid combat design that remains exciting throughout. Okay, sounds like an awesome game. What's wrong? It's let down, though, by a dull plot and a bland cast of characters who fail to make its story consistently compelling over the course of its runtime. So this is someone that doesn't play video games for the enjoyment and escape factor of it. Because clearly, if he did, he'd be like, yeah, the game's really fun to play. It never got boring. I had a blast with it. The story could have been better. The characters could have been a little bit more interesting, but I had a lot of fun playing through it. That sounds more like it's like a 7.5. This is like shitting on the game because it's got one of the worst stories ever, but it's only held up because it's got really engaging gameplay. Stellar Blade opens with a pod hurling through the atmosphere before crashing to Earth. A woman. Oh boy. How you feel about those, Reid? Our protagonist, Eve, is released from the pod and emerges in a slow motion flourish. Long ponytail streaming down her arched back, and her improbable techno supermodel figure framed by the explosions of flying battleships. Bro, it sounds like you're mad that she's attractive. If I didn't know any better, it's almost like you're docking points off the game because she's attractive. Weird. Soon enough, Eve is thrown into action. You learn to dodge around insectal creatures, parrying blows from their outstretched limbs, and chopping into them with the agility of a fencing master. Everything is Technicolor and hyper real. In Stellar Blade's sci-fi future, Eve is designed to serve a specific purpose. Her job is to defeat monsters that have overrun the planet. I mean, it's a video game, bro. What? Forcing the beleaguered remnants of civilization into an urban enclave that offers scant protection from the threats of their dystopian world. When she meets an ordinary person, they often address her as Angel for her martial prowess and, martial prowess and descent from space to the fallen world below. I don't know about you guys, but I'm getting a lot of spite from this, a lot of frustration that this is an attractive character. I keep going back to that. Eve is also designed to serve a similar purpose for players. Here we go. There we go. She's meant to be a wildly capable warrior. Exciting to watch as she carves through enemies and flits across the battlefield with superhuman acrobatics. She's also meant to be an attractive figure for a presumably drooling audience to dress up in various costumes or ogle as the camera obsesses, as it does in her introductory cutscene, over her body. Celebrate is good at accomplishing its goals, for better or worse, though a large portion of it is spent traversing sprawling post-apocalyptic environments, climbing, swimming, and running through the rusted-out ruins, dotting a deserted landscape, or spelunking through abandoned facilities. The heart of the game is its combat. Eve is an accomplished fighter, and Stellar Blade models her talents through fluid design that sees her acrobatically. Why? This is the weirdest effing review. He keeps using really big words to sound smart. Like, bro, just break it down. People just want to know what you like about the game, what you don't. You're using all these big words over and over and over again to sound smart. This is like challenging to read. And I read a lot of articles, but this one, this is like an obnoxious read. Like 4+ syllable word over and over and over again in the same sentence. I'm like, bro, just spit out what you're saying. This is overcomplicating it. Audio-visual spectacle of these fights, either when ripping through weaker enemies or taking on powerful bosses, also helps keep them engaging. Celebrate is an impressive game in terms of fidelity, often in the look of its creatures and post-apocalyptic scenery. But many sections of its semi-discrete environments take so long to pick through that they wear thin before the next one opens up. Okay, again, so you don't enjoy the attractive female that you play as, and you clearly don't enjoy playing video games, because that's what this is. This is a video game that you search through an area, find things, move on from it to the next area. Welcome to the video game world. I mean, first day? Is this the first time you played a game? This is a very long review to try to excuse not being attracted to this girl. The monsters that make up the majority of the game's enemies are wonderfully grotesque. They charge or shamble about as if uncomfortable and strange. And here we go with the words again. Like, bro, just talk. What even is this? This is like he's writing it like it's a college essay. Oh my God, this is obnoxious. By the way, the entire review, everything that I skipped through and talked about here, sounds like he likes it. I don't know why it got a 6. Despite the effort expended on surface sex appeal, it's a remarkably chaste game in terms of characterization and plot. There's nothing beneath the surface of its characters, either in their dialogue or across the events of the plot, to make them come across as anything but digital objects. Stellar Blade is a game filled with dolls, not people. And like dolls, its cast doesn't ever seem like much more than an approximation of humanity. They're plastic representations who don't convincingly express any of the thoughts or emotions that might make them into characters with whom you could develop any meaningful connection. What do you want to play a game as Karen, who shoves cakes in her face and weighs 485 pounds and has 6 mental disabilities and can't leave her house without her blankie? And that would make you feel connected to the deeper emotions of the game, bro? Like, what, what are you looking for? Death Trekkie says, I bet he had some Starbucks while writing this smug bullshit. That's a good word for this. This is a very smug review. This is like a I'm better than this game review. It's such a smug review. Like, if you're going to give the game a 6 out of 10, you're welcome to. But speaking down about the game, when everything about the game is fine, and then you're like, I need to find a reason why I'm giving it a 6, though. The story sucks. Yeah, the story sucks. That's what it is. And anyone that doesn't understand that, you're just not smart enough. You're not smart like me. That's why. Someday you'll see that Stellar Blade is not a good game when you realize that it's just a hot girl that you're playing as, and there's nothing more than that. Thomas Brown for the 5-banger. Does the writer of that review have a review for Dustborn, Veilguard, Shadows, or other woke games? Check the score on those and where it stands. It is the same guy, but here, I'll share it. Hold on. Dexter wants to come in. Hold on a second. Yeah, up. Good boy, up. Yep, up. No, up. Good boy. Come on. Good boy. Good boy. You want to sing? You do? Are you ready? I'm practicing this one. Ready? Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out? Oh, yeah. Good boy. You want to show him the other side? You know one more, right? You know one more? How much is that doggy in the window? Woof, woof. The one with the waggly tail. Who's a good boy? You a good boy? You a good boy? Yeah? Yeah, you are. You're a good boy. He's a much better singer than me. It doesn't really take too much. Dormant Psych, but you're right. But anyways, I was bringing up the Dragon Age. Wait a second. So this is the same guy. So apparently, according to this guy, Stellar Blade is as good as Dragon Age the Veilguard, both getting the same score, a 6 out of 10. And the same guy, 6 months ago. I guess the silver lining is at least he only gave it a 6 out of 10. But the fact that it's the same score as Stellar Blade is so embarrassing. It's so embarrassing. It's not even funny. Let's try Dustborn. They didn't even review Dustborn. How about Assassin's Creed Shadows? Same guy, same score. You guys ever heard about the IGN 7? Let me introduce you to the Reid McCarter 6. Concord. I don't think they reviewed it. I don't see any Concord review here. That's crazy. They didn't even review it. Wow. Wow. Yeah, that guy is Mr. 6 out of 10. Hysterical. But shout out again to you, Thomas. Thank you for the 5-banger. Shady Duck 13 for the 5. They're freaking androids, aren't they? I haven't played it, and I got that from the story, much like Nier. Yes, I believe that's what it is. Yes. Mercenary for the 2. It is like he hates fun, like he was brainwashed. I would say it's very accurate. It's very accurate.